I have so much to give to football. Words can't even really explain how much that I owe the game and how much the game has taught me.
Football gave me new ways and new avenues to think about life. Made me think about things differently.
I would say football changed my life, just giving me a opportunity, because like for most of us where we from, either you gonna make it in athletics or music or something, that's what you taught, that's like the stereotype. But for me, it changed my life, just giving my family like some motivation and showing them that there is a way, and for little kids, it changes their life too, seeing us make it when they're trying to follow the same footsteps.
Football gave me an opportunity to have a better life for myself and my family. I grew up poor. Lived in a motel with 8 people, 2 beds, overcrowded. I was a kid at school that went to school with holes in his shoes, dirty clothes, all that type of stuff. So football just gave me an opportunity to better my circumstances for me and my family.
Anthony Johnson knocked it out. Unbelievable. That's one that Matt Campbell was going to show about 100 times in defensive meetings here this week.
I had so many people in my life that just reached back and helped me through all the trials and tribulations that I had, and I just felt like in my heart, that's what I wanted to do. I always tell people my passion is playing football, but my purpose is to help others in life. Whether that's as a social worker, a coach, or anything like that, I feel like that's what I've been put on this earth to do, to help and give back any way that I can.
If not you, then who? It's really more responsibility, not into the fans. It's responsibility to them young ones. That's following in our footsteps. Like, I know everybody got some kids back home. That's dreams is attached to to yours. They hope and they faith is attached to you. In terms of, they watching every move? Is he making it? Can he do it? Because if he can do it, then I can do it.
I think that's one of the reasons why so many people will follow us if we do something, because they know the typical football player, all he doing is working out, playing ball, making plays and stuff. So when they see us step outside of our habitat, our comfort zone, and actually do stuff for the community and stuff, I feel like it makes them listen more.
We represent so many people, whether it be your family, your school, football players as a whole. Because one of us mess up, what's it gonna say? It's gonna say football player, right? As African American men, there's a lot of groups that we represent.
There's no such thing as perfect, but when you're a student athlete, damn near gotta be perfect.
It seems like
it seems like you can't really make no mistake. So let me ask you, how do y'all stay the course? How do y'all keep y'all head on the right track and everything? What advice would y'all give people that's struggling?
I would say for me, personally, I know I enjoy my life. I don't really let football be my everything, but I always keep the main thing at the end of the day. And I think that's one of the reasons I'll never sway off the path that I'm going to, is because I'm keeping this right here. I know this is my priority, but at the same time, I'm not out here killing myself to be perfect.
First and goal. Ewers on the slant. Touchdown, Texas. Whittington.
I feel like there's a sense of respect for people that don't have as much free time and stuff, to show how much you care about these certain topics and show that what you're doing is bigger than you. And for me, I'm always trying to be a front runner for something that's going on and trying to make a change and stuff, because ultimately I'm not going to be playing football one day, so all these things that impact my life beyond football and just my people and just anyone I can, I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to make a change, and that's something, like I said, things that inspire me, doing that is something that inspires me.
And you got football, you got life, you got a bunch of things that you can kind of escape to in times of discomfort and ease, and you can go. Like me, I had a big problem in terms of just overworking in football, but then I realized that's what I was running to. And so I'm kind of just running myself into the ground, but more work, throw more work at it. And it wasn't a bad thing, but it was just a thing of where am I placing my faith? You know what I'm saying? Where am I truly going to find peace? Because at the end of the day, this ball gonna stop. Is the ball gonna run out?
You gotta have a purpose. You gotta have a vision outside of your sport, because this can be taken away at any given moment. I mean, all it takes is one bad play,
I like what Jordan said, though, about keeping the main thing the main thing. You know, I just think some people fall in the trap of that the main thing is the NFL. When, honestly, it could be a great goal, but that's not the main thing.
Man, they should be graduating.
You talk about that, and what we're really talking about is identity. So how and when did y'all find your identity, and what advice do you have for people who are struggling to find their identity?
I like the word identity because I feel like, even for me, finding my identity was a long, long journey.
I think part of that is because society put football player in front of everything that we do.
Yeah, for sure.
And finding your identity is, how do you change that, like, to where people know you as, this is Jordan, this, not the football player, whatever.
Yeah.
We get in trouble, first thing you're gonna see, Texas football player did something.
That's the first question that's asked. You play football? It's
Yeah.
like, oh, that stuff. Like, I get that. I get the excitement, and that's something I'm still grateful for. But at the end of the day, it comes to that maturity of knowing, like, yes, I do play football, but that's not who I am.
So Martinez is going to be sacked at the 12-yard line. First time that he has been sacked since the opening game of the season against South Dakota.
What I do now is part-time security with Texas Tech Police Department around campus. So I'm just, wherever they need me, I'm there, walking buildings, patrolling, looking at lots, just making sure everything is normal, and reporting and working alongside of great men and women of the police department there as well. And I just kind of know that if I don't make it to the professional levels, that I'm gonna be okay in life, because I gotta make sure I'm building connections and building a relationship with people to where I know they have the best interest in me in heart, and so I'm gonna work with them and become an officer one day. And the ultimate goal of that is to become a chief of police of an amazing department, and that's the ultimate goal for me, honestly.
Kerry Washington did this thing where she was saying about exhausting Plan A, that if there's a bus and you going to the bus stop, she's saying, if you run to the bus with all you got and it leave, then you can't, ain't no need to be upset. It wasn't meant for you, you know what I'm saying? Now say if you walk into the bus and it leave, you could have caught the bus if you would have did everything you needed to do. So that's kind of like my approach.
And I think when you do both of those, and we talk about exhausting Plan A, I think while we're exhausting Plan A, we're actually creating opportunities that are called Plan B, but we don't even know.
That's exactly right, because now you
Exhausting
like,
Plan A, but whenever Plan A done, I got this set up right
it's
here.
already been, that's
My resume ready.
Naturally. I ain't
without
even,
even having to
focus on it for real.
Right
like
there,
I'm just being genuine. Like I'm just being authentic. Like
I'm just
ain't
being
like,
myself.
There you go. Now,
Like
now
this-
we go back to the identity.
Right,
Just be yourself.
This
You gotta use.
it's too much
you gotta
effort for all
use
this to put up a
system,
show.
bro.
Like, this
Yeah,
is who
like-
we are.
Like you even said, you know, we're very, you know, we have a lot of personality in this group. You wouldn't know that by watching us on Saturday. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, JB just lit him up. But what kind of guy is he? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, Tony, sacked by Tony Bradford.
Like, no doubt.
Like, okay, that's cool. And then you look at, you like, but like, what is he like though?
When it's
You know?
football time, it's football time. But at the end of the day, we human. We man. Like, I'ma dab y'all up afterwards and stuff like that. Like, y'all good people.
It's crazy because I ain't gonna lie, when we pulled up, I'm like, bro, I don't know none of y'all. Like, I don't know none of these people. I'm do my due, take my pictures, read my book, watch my tape, and it's good. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, cause that's how we like. If you're a competitor, you like, bro, I don't want to go hang out with the competition.
With
like,
the competition.
Cause I know me, and the habit I'm having to break is holding up that wall, like you say, and that's a lot of things that football players do because we competitors. But when you catch us outside, we gotta be more open, like, cause one energy feed off the other one. Now it's like, yes, it is cool to, you feel me? Yes, it is cool to really not even notice the logo for real. Like, we just chop
We was
it up,
outside
clowning.
at the park with them, no gear on, no nothing.
You feel me? So
Yeah, you know, and then if we said that, you know, it'd be like, oh, you play football at Texas or Tech or Iowa State, oh, you be like, oh man, that's cool. I played for TCU. You know,
like, I played
you know,
this year. I did
you know what I'm
that
saying? Like,
year.
I played like, you know, like that's cool because then it's almost like outside of the competition. Now we're more alike than we are different.
That's called.
Right?
That's real.
That's that
That's
networking
real.
skill that
That's
you
real.
got to develop too. As
When
well.
the season comes.
Yeah, but when the season comes, yeah, we know that.
Hey,
I'll talk to y'all after the game.
Oh yeah,
I'm with you. Don't worry, I love
you
you.
almost just flipped me back in the mindset again. I almost took the glasses
No,
off.
see, the problem is me and Tony, we in the trenches, so we're gonna see each other like every play. That's the problem.
Yeah, y'all running away from each other every now and again.